Hi, my name is Carly Thomas, and I will be talking about the recent news that One World Trade Center is open for business. 13 years after the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001, the New York City skyline has finally been restored. Before I get into the details about the new One World Trade Center, let's take a second to remember the events that happened over a decade ago. Al-Qaeda terrorists began the hijacking of 4 planes around 8 a.m. on the morning of September 11th. American Airlines Flight 11 and United Airlines Flight 175 both departed from Logan International Airport in Boston with plans to head to Los Angeles, California. Another American Airlines Flight 77 boarded in Dulles National Airport in Washington, D.C. to head to Los Angeles as well. United Airlines Flight number 93 departed from Newark International Airport to head to San Francisco. At 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, which didn't fully collapse until 10:28 a.m. At 9:03, Flight 175 hit the South Tower of the World Trade Center, which collapsed soon after at 9:59. At 9:37 a.m., Flight 77 hit the Pentagon, and finally at 10:07 a.m., the hijackers crashed the 4th plane, Flight number 93, into a field in Pennsylvania. The attack resulted in a total of 2,996 deaths, 19 of which were the hijackers, 246 on the 4 planes, 2,606 people in New York City on the buildings and on the ground, and 125 people at the Pentagon. Because so many lives were lost on this day at what we now consider Ground Zero, everyone had different opinions with regards to the rebuilding of the World Trade Center. Some argued that it would be disrespectful to build on top of the grounds where such a terrible attack took place. Others disagree and say that the World Trade Center was an iconic part of New York City and its skyline, and that it must be restored. Once plans were finalized to build One World Trade Center, many people's main concern was the safety of the building. Now, One World Trade Center is not only considered one of the safest buildings in the world, but also one of the most technologically advanced and environmentally friendly. The building has a concrete core with extremely thick concrete walls. This structure ensures safety against high winds and earthquakes. The building also has a state-of-the-art fire suspension system and special hallways for fire and safety personnel. There are also specially protected elevators. The environmentally sensitive structure is also made with great amount of recycled material. The glass used to cover the outside has lower levels of iron in it to ensure the entrance of more daylight, reducing the need for electricity and lighting. There are also rainwater tanks that collect the precipitation to help cool the building and irrigate landscaping. But all of these features come with a hefty price tag. Another title One World Trade Center can hold on to is the most expensive building in the world, which cost $3.9 billion to construct. This large budget was enough to make a building 104 stories high with 3 million square feet on the inside. The tower was designed to be 1,776 feet high in reference to the year the United States gained independence. On Monday, November 3rd, the first group of employees began moving into One World Trade Center. These people are employees of Condé Nast, a mass media publication. This company will take over floors 20 through 44, covering 1.2 million of the 3 million square feet of the building. Some famous names that will have an office in the new tower include Anna Wintour, the editor of Vogue, who will be on the 25th floor, the editor of Vanity Fair, Graydon Carter, on the 41st floor, and David Remnick, the editor of The New Yorker, on the 38th floor. Most other employees who will work in One World Trade Center will begin to move in starting early 2015. Also, in the spring of next year, the observation deck on the 102nd floor will be open to the public. 13 years after the tragic events of 9/11, I think the completion of One World Trade Center can instill people with a sense of renewal and the pleasure of seeing their New York City skyline come back to life.